Well, hello, beautiful people. What a beautiful, beautiful morning we have. The sun is shining, the birds are singing. I don't know about you, but my birds in my yard have been telling me I'm pretty, 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 pretty. At least that's what I hear. And I thank them every morning for that when they're there. A beautiful blue jay just came and sat on my fence post as I'm looking out my window here in my music room. As a matter of fact, I'm set up with my piano, my beautiful piano that my husband bought me. But enough about that. Let's talk today about what it means to fear the Lord and what that gives us in the context of the scripture that I'm going to read today. I read it, a friend of mine sent this to me this morning. I'm like, oh my gosh, just the scripture reference. And I thought, that is such a great word. And the implications for this word over our life and in our life. If we will just do our part, he will do his part. And so let me read it from you. It's from the 9th chapter of Proverbs. Find it yourself. And I'm going to start, there's one part that I'm going to do, and then I'm going to go a little bit further down and read the next part. So the first part says, leave your simple ways and you will live. Walk in the way of understanding. And then if we go a little bit further down in this chapter, excuse me, I'm having some allergies this morning. It says, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. There's a couple of words that I want to pick out of these two scripture references so that we can better understand what this really, really means to us. The first one is the word fear. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And so I'm going to go to the back of I have a Hebrew Greek Key Study Bible. I've used it for over 30 years when I want to really understand, and I always do, what the word is trying to tell me. Because so often when we have translated it all the way into English, we lose so much in that translation. So I like to go back, the important words, I like to go back and actually look and see what the original word was and what the original meaning was. So the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And so up here, fear, let's go and look at that. I want to go and look at what the word fear means in the scripture. In this particular scripture, this was written in Hebrew, so I'm looking at it in Hebrew. And that particular word is, and I might mispronounce it. If there's anyone out there that wants to send me a text or give me a call and let me know, feel free. It won't hurt my feelings at all. I'm always wanting to learn. So it is Yirah. It has, it's interesting that Yirah has the yod, and we'll talk about the yod one day, as the first letter in that word. But that word means, and it's a noun, it's not a verb. The verb connected to this noun is a little bit further up, which is yera. And it means to, part of it means to be, that's the verb. In other words, if someone's going to be doing this. So it would be the Lord that would be doing this, okay? But we're told to do the noun. And so the noun is reverence, piety, and fear. So it's a combination, okay? So out of reverence for the Lord, let's go back. The reverence of the Lord, the piety of the Lord, the fear of the Lord as we understand it, is the beginning of wisdom. Let's look at what the word wisdom means there. Oh my goodness, there's so many good words to look up today. But let's look up the word wisdom. Again, this is a noun, and it means chokmah, and it just means skill in learning. So what does that mean for us? Well, it means that, for instance, chokmah is the noun. It is related to the word hakam, which is the verb, and that means to be wise, to be skillful, to gain wisdom, to make wiser, to teach wisdom, to be skillful, to make wise, once again, to deal shrewdly, and to show oneself wise. So the reverence of the Lord is the beginning of showing oneself wise, being wise, discerning, all of those things that we just read. And knowledge, so now it's the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge there. I am so sorry. These allergies have about just got me, but not yet. 1981. Let me go back to 1980. That's the reference for the Bible. We're not going back to 1981. It's diat, and it means understanding and learning. Understanding and learning. So in other words, through reverence of the Lord, that's how we begin to have wisdom. Let me go back. I want to read those words again, because those are such powerful. When we look at it in the original meaning, like this one in Hebrew, oh my goodness, it just gives so much opening up and understanding. Skill and learning. The reverence of the Lord is the beginning of skill and learning and wisdom, making wiser, being skillful, gaining wisdom, teaching wisdom, and showing oneself wise. Of the Holy One is understanding. And understanding, here again, means insight, discernment, good sense. It's tied to wisdom. The original is binah. It's a noun. It's tied to binah. It's tied to bin, which means to discern, to realize, to be prudent, to be discerning, be understanding, to care for, to have skill and insight, to instruct, explain, to look closely, to consider with full attention, and to ponder. So when we look at this scripture in that context, we are seeing that the only way for us to begin to have wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the Holy One, there is one who has all power. That one is God. Yahweh, we call him Jesus. And the way to have the beginning of wisdom and knowledge and understanding is to be in a state of continual learning, to be in a state of continual being. Out of being comes the doing. If I don't believe, I will not do my faith. Let me say that again. If I do not believe, I will not do, the faith. Because my faith can be something other than the good news, the gospel of Jesus Christ. Any of us can. So I have to believe in order to do the faith. Because in another place, it says faith without works is dead. It's done. It's done. It's not live and living freely. It's dead. Dust. Mud. It's all of that. Hard mud, hard clay. It's all of that. So I have to believe. We have to believe in order to do. Let's take this scripture to heart today. I'm going to go back and read it again because I want the word to be the last thing that we hear. Leave your simple ways. That means leave, turn around and walk away. Wipe the dust from your feet. Leave your simple ways and you will live. Walk in the way of understanding. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. So knowledge of the Holy One, learning about the Holy One, studying the Holy One, looking closely at the Holy One, pondering the Holy One, paying close attention to the Holy One, brings us understanding. Be blessed today. Over and out. Tinker.